Court of Love, Judge Love. Court of Love, Court of Love with Judge Love.
Plaintiff is awarded full living room custody of the futon between 2 p.m.
Objection
and 7
overruled.
p.m.
Objection overruled.
I will hold you in contempt of law.
Contempt of love.
Impressive 1.5 GPA and a strong D in college psychology. College psychology.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Love.
Hey, welcome back. Yes. Did you turn the volume down on your phone? I am Judge Love, and with us today, we have a very, very special guest. But before we get to the special guest, let's introduce the other person who is also on the show. Miss Mika, thank you. Okay, and now... Okay, we would... well, actually, I would like to introduce, because I'm the one who paid for her to be on here.
Oh, my goodness.
In delicious Tic Tac gum. We have Miss Olivia Wilde. Thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Love. It's so great to be here.
Wow, we have so many questions for you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
For example, and I want Olivia to answer this one.
Okay.
What is your favorite coffee shop?
My favorite coffee shop would definitely have to be Cafe Intermezzo. There's just so much variety.
Interesting. That, you know, she makes a good point.
She does.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
You're not helping the show.
Mm-mm.
You're not helping the show. Thank you. All right. So, yes. Well, that's everything I planned for. So, oh, you want more? You want more free content from the Judge of Love featuring Miss Mika and Olivia Wilde? Okay, well, we're going to ask her another question. Now, Olivia Wilde, how do you think a guy should act on a first date?
What else would I say? Just be yourself, you know? Don't try to be someone you're not. And don't be rude to the waiter. And take me to Cafe Intermezzo and we'll have a great time.
You know what I really like about Olivia?
What's that?
You know what I really like about you, girl? You don't seem fake. You just don't. You just seem so, just so lively, you know. And I love that about you, Olivia.
That's so funny.
Well, you two are really hitting it off.
Oh my God.
This is my
Oh.
show. I will ask her the questions.
I will talk to my friend.
Now,
Ain't
Olivia,
that right, girl?
I think we're really,
Oh, you're
really
not gonna give me a
hitting
high
it
five?
off.
Okay.
That's so funny.
See? She's my friend, too.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Even
think
if-
she should give you a high five.
I think I'm gonna go with Mika on this one.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She gonna give me one later.
No, I didn't say that, silly.
Ah! Shots fired by Olivia. Wow.
Ooh,
We
slow it down.
are having a show tonight, first of all.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yes. So let's get to a few dating questions I have, and we'll come back to Olivia in a minute, okay? All right. So what would you say is a good method of canceling a date?
Oh man.
I'm talking about not just the delivery of phone call or text or in person or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when do you do it and what do you say? Oh.
Very good one.
Whoa!
You want to schedule the date, 2-3 days in advance. And so I would think if you're going to cancel, at least cancel the day before, or if it's an evening date, at the very latest, early. You don't want to wait until an hour before to say that I'm not going to be there. I think that's rude. And even if you guys don't hit it off, You mean you still? I mean, it could be a friend. Now you just don't have either.
Oh, a friend. I love that word.
Just saying.
A friend.
You know, someone you
He's
can hang
just a
out with.
friend. He's just a friend. But he's buying me dinner Saturday night. Thank you. Well, we are going to go to the next question of the show. Do you give people another chance when they break a date?
Ooh, good one. I do. Only because I'm a sweetheart. I am, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt with things, but I do. It depends on. Now, true enough, now they are going to have to be the ones to ask me again to go somewhere. But other than that, yeah, I would. Do you?
What? That was her. Okay, you know what? No, I do not give them a second chance because they missed out. That's it. You break a date. Oh, no, you know what? You break it, you bought it. And you know what that means to me? You're going to pay for the next one, and you're going to ask me out. Am I right on this, Olivia?
That's a tough one. I'd have to say Judge Love.
There we go. Finally, I get the recognition I deserve from our paid guest.
Yeah, I'm totally disagree. Completely. But then, I mean, well, once again, I'm a sweetheart. I'm a nice person.
Oh, yeah. Real
Try my
nice.
best to- You know, I mean, I give people benefits. But if you cancel twice, now you delete it.
Were you going to read something to us today?
Yeah. I
Why
found
don't you
this
go ahead?
article, and it was like really.
Here we go again. Mika's talking about something boring.
See, at
I wonder if anybody would notice if I left to go purchase some delicious Tic Tac gum, available in 3 different flavors.
which includes non-LTE service.
What?
You didn't hear anything I was talking about? I mean, where have you been?
We have a show?
Okay, whatever. So,
Would you like to read us another article, please?
well, I mean, I'm
Read us another article, please.
So it goes on to say,
I want to get some Tic Tacs. I like the orange flavor. Yeah, the orange flavor is pretty good.
limited.
Hey, you are neglecting our guest. We brought her on the show to ask her questions, and here you are looking at your phone and reading an article that God knows what it's about. I only want to know if it's about Tic Tacs gum, available in 3 flavors.
One of them is original.
Do you know that for sure? Did you look up? I did the research. I know there's 3 flavors. Why do you think it's original? Oh, no, you know what? Tell me the flavors.
Pink, green, and yellow.
I know what the flavors are.
The flavors.
Okay, well, that's neither here or there or over there. So we're going to talk about
Oh, Judge Love, you are so handsome.
Somebody get security.
Wow.
Security, take that woman out of here.
We need to make her a guest on the
Okay,
show.
You know, you gotta stop.
We need to make her a guest on the
You
show.
gotta stop bringing your stalkers here. You gotta stop that. She parked in my parking space.
Isn't that absolutely fantastic? I think it's great.
Judge, can I be real here for a second?
Oh, sure.
Just,
Sorry,
just
Olivia.
for
Go
a
ahead. Yeah.
second. I don't think there's anything better than Tic Tac gum. There's 3 different flavors. I mean, come on. It's Tic Tacs and it's gum.
Wow. That's really adorable. That is.
Wow.
Honestly,
Okay, all right.
I need a moment.
So does she.
I need a
So
moment.
she needs a moment.
Okay, thank you. Were you saying something before you were
Yeah,
rudely interrupted
actually,
by yourself?
I was, and I wish. Okay. So anyway, and by making its network look really weak and unthreatening, it's overall the communications landscape. For the company is clearly hoping that regulations.
Oh, you can talk now. I'll talk later.
Oh, did you have something to say, Olivia?
I just really don't think that's necessary.
Whoa.
Oh. Oh.
Shots fired.
Oh, it's going down.
Listen, we're just trying to have a good show
Okay.
here.
All right. Cool.
I mean, I think it's a little rude.
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All
You know
right,
what?
you know
You
what?
remind me of one of those Barbie dolls from way back
How
in the
dare
day.
you?
You know how you press the back and it'll say something? It's like you basically gave the.
Don't
the-
say that.
How dare you?
You
She's
just said
upset.
that. Oh.
She's upset.
I can tell her face moved.
That's hilarious.
Well, regardless, Olivia, thank you for being on the show. Because we are a real show. And,
We are real.
well, I mean, I think the viewers already knew that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Love. It's so great to be here.
You're very
You
welcome.
said that.
You're very. Let's get on with the show. How about that?
All right.
Don't bad talk on dates. I think this is a big thing that a lot of people potentially miss. I think it's very easy to get into aspects of your life when you're trying to talk to somebody. You say, oh, gosh, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand that guy. Well, here's my theory. If you're on a date with somebody and you're talking about, I can't stand this guy, what is your date? How am I supposed to word this? What is stopping your date from thinking, oh, he's going to say that about me?
You know, that's the same thing. No, but seriously, that's the same thing. If you're around people where they're bashing this person and that person, what makes you think they're not going to talk about you?
That's very true. Olivia, what do you think?
This is absolutely fantastic.
Finally, we have some coherent thoughts on the show. Thank you so much. That is, that reminds me of a story. Tic Tac Scum. When I first found them at the counter, I thought they were only available in one flavor. But as my eyes continued to drift towards heaven, I noticed by the cashier there was an additional 2 flavors. So thank you, Tic Tac Scum, for not only 1, not only 2, less than 4, but 3 different flavors. Thank you. Well,
No, I just felt your pain.
you felt my pain. That's a little disturbing, don't you
felt
think?
it. It's
Don't you
right
think
in
that's a little
here.
bit?
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't-
silly.
Nobody asked
What
you.
are you talking?
You know
Okay.
what?
You know what?
This is funny.
Oh, that is so precious.
Well,
Oh.
I'm having fun.
This is absolutely fantastic.
Olivia's having fun. Are you having fun?
I am confused.
Could you let me get to the rest of the show before you keep
We
interrupting
were-
me?
we were-
Body language.
She won't use it.
I wasn't telling her to use
But
body.
she doesn't use it at all. Okay.
She has been studying under Taoist monks for 38 years. Since she was a twinkle in her mother's eye, and so I've been practicing myself. Ready? Here we go. See, I'm pretty good. Am I not? Am I not? We have a great crowd here tonight. You know what? We should probably talk about dating now because that's what the viewers didn't pay for. However,
They get free content.
body language. We spoke about body language a few weeks ago. And something I've picked up is I think people that block their chests have something to hide.
Or they
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mention that this is the time to laugh in a serious courtroom?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Disagree. Well, I don't know. It just kinda
Disagree.
depends. It just kind of depends. It
Depen-
depends on how the conversation.
You know
is
what? It's
going and
very
stuff.
easy to say the word "it depends." It's easy. It only takes a couple seconds. It depends. It's easier than partridge tree. Are we live? Okay, so let's go on before you continue to interrupt me. How about this one? How about with online dating, you make a date. Let's say from a guy's perspective, you make a date with a lady, and You say, hey, let's do this. Actually, no, you use the Judge Love catchphrase of the year, which should be for $2.99 for everybody to use it, but it's let's meet for coffee this week so I can make you smile. So you use that, and she says, great, I'll be there. And you give her the information and time and day and your phone number. But she does not give you her phone number back. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's a red flag, per se?
I would say so.
Good.
How did they respond? It depends on how they respond.
That's neither here or there. Okay, how did they respond? They responded with... The audience is laughing. They responded with, sounds great. See you then.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like, they're still into it. They just didn't give the phone number. I think it's kind of weird that they didn't, though.
Folks, guess what? Wait, were you talking? Were you interrupting me when I ask you a question? You let me interrupt.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's unusual as well. I don't feel because here's the counterattack for guys. I think would be a good move to use. If the lady does not give you her phone number and you ask for it after that, since you already asked once, it looks pushy. But here's what you do. Ready for this counterattack? Ha!
Okay.
You don't do that, but that's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna say, "Could you give me your phone number in case I am running late?" How are they going to come back with that? I don't feel comfortable giving my phone number to somebody that I've been stalking on Facebook for the last 38 minutes.
So you plan on running late, huh?
Well, that's just the excuse. That's just the
I get
the flank shot.
From your perspective.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe I am running late. Maybe I'm busy. Perhaps I'm busy. Why don't we ask Olivia?
Okay.
Well, definitely my number one recommendation would be to have some Tic Tacs gum beforehand because you don't want your breath to smell on the date, and it's just that.
Yes. That was my second thought. And thank you to Tina, who would like to be on the show. And if you would like to be on the show, you send the only Judge Love that you have ever heard of, if you don't search on Google, you send me an email at courtofloveshow@gmail.com.
Yes. We want to have the realness on the show. Bring the real deal.
Yes, okay, Miss Mika, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is pretty general. What would you say are the differences between a woman and a lady?
Oh, nice one. I think that it depends on, what you're looking for, to be totally honest with you. If you are just looking for, just a lady is just a nice person, just to, what have you. A woman has got all her stuff together, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? It's just two different things.
Okay, so a woman...
She's got it together. She's got her own. She don't need you.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion on it.
Okay. I think I like the word lady better.
Mm-hmm.
Better. Is it better?
Better like butter?
The Better Butter channel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, better butter.
Yeah. Okay, good. So what about a guy versus a man? Do you see any differences there?
Well, of course. We want him to be my man. Or just some guy. Of course, this person is just some guy.
Oh, please do.
My man is Duncan. Buy one, get one free today, y'all. Just saying, it's in
Olivia, I think it's fantastic. What does Olivia
This
think?
is absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
I didn't
Really?
expect her to say it. Okay.
I think it's moments like these that just make me, feel like,
I think I'm going to go with Mika on this one.
I think she was responsible for that as well.
I think that Mika was not.
You know what? How about this? What is appropriate dress code for a first date?
Very good question. Please, y'all. Okay, I've seen this a couple of different times. Don't go on your first date dressed like a slut. I hate to say it. I hate to use it. You're giving the wrong impression, but at the same time, don't go up there like grandma, show a little bit of leg, a little bit, of cleavage, a little bit of arms, whatever. But don't just throw it all out there. Come on, y'all.
Okay.
You know?
That makes sense. Olivia, if you see a little bit too much skin on a man on a first date, how do you feel?
That was absolutely disgusting all at the same time. It was disgusting.
Wow. You have it from the horse's mouth. I mean, what I had meant to say was...
How dare you?
I didn't mean it that way, but I apologize. Okay?
That's so funny.
Thank you for having a positive spirit about it. Oh, well, I have papers in front of me, so we're going to talk about those papers.
All right, ready.
Effective dating profile. That's all that's written there.
Oh, okay, got you. So you want me to run with it? Because I can.
I would like you to walk with it on the sidewalk, please.
Gotcha. Don't want to get hit by a car.
You do not. Or by an angry judge.
So...
Go ahead.
No, but what do you? I mean, where are you going? What would you?
I'm going to PetSmart because I could get Tic Tac scum there potentially. If it's there, I'll get. Sorry, go ahead. But I'm not really sorry because it's my show.
Okay,
Thank you.
What do you? I mean.
What are you asking me? You forgot the question, and now you're saying like, oh no. What do you think about it? What do you think about it, Judge? That means I forgot the question. I forgot the question. You said, what do you think about it? That's a question. You said, what do you think about it?
All right. So, but go ahead. Where are we at now? Because all I can think about is Tic Tac gums at PetSmart.
We're talking about how many chances do you give somebody after having a bad date? Let's say.
That was not the question. That wasn't the question. Okay.
Are you
I got you.
going to?
After having a bad date. Okay. So. Let me counter that with what made it bad. Was it the conversation? Was it the attire? Was it the atmosphere? Like, what was it?
It was the atmosphere of the stench surrounding his poorly washed blue jeans, which he wore on dates 1 and 2. However, he was very funny and charming and almost as handsome as Judge Love. You can't deal with Romans? You're going to segregate an entire... Oh, aromas. Oh.
I cannot deal with aromas. I cannot deal with that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's going to be a negative. If the answer was it was dull, but I think that he's a great person and I think that we would be a good fit, then I think that, if it's a situation like that, I think that maybe on date 3, you should suggest maybe going to Top Golf or going to an arcade or, Dave & Buster's or something. Go somewhere like that and make it, see if he's more, he or she is more, lively then.
I think if it's a female, she's probably going to take a bath or a shower. So it's probably not. But you never know. Oh, or what if you take them to like a car wash on the second date and you just leave them in the car so they can be washed by the people at the car wash?
No.
I think that's practical.
I don't know. There's some handsome people at the car wash. You know what? Ladies will agree with me on that. There's some handsome people out there washing cars. Just saying.
Oh, that's very cute. That is very cute. You know what? I want to talk about the time that Tic Tac Scum rescued me from a burning car. It was an hour ago. I got here because an army of Tic Tacs collaborated and similar to ants, they carried my body. I was passed out. They carried me all the way to Status Network studio here, and they treated me with such respect that I have never gotten from a mint before. So thank you so much to Tic Tac Scott.
I think that's the most believable story I've ever heard in my life.
All right, let's get back to talking about dating, because this is a dating show.
Right.
And I forgot about that sometimes. So I have a question here. Sitting for a first date, let's say you're meeting somebody for a drink. Do you think sitting at a bar versus a table has any difference on the outcome of the date? Perhaps.
Not necessarily on the outcome of the date. I think it's more relaxing if you're at the table. But
Or French for tableau.
I do. I think it's more relaxing at the table. You're getting to know each other over a drink and whatnot, or two or three. And if you're at the bar, I don't know, even though you're sitting, you could be closer together at the bar. I don't know. I still enjoy the table.
Okay.
For getting to know somebody better.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. And let me tell you the way I'm looking at it. And you chose what I was going to say, the table. Because from a guy's perspective, if you go out with a bombshell, she's getting hit on every chance that another guy has. If you sit at the bar and then you're like, I have to go to the little boys' room for just a moment. When you go, it's like a full moon comes out while you're gone, and all the hungry guys approach your young lady and ask her for her phone number. Why not? She's just a young lady sitting by herself at a bar. So I think it would be a better strategic move to sit at a table. But here's the disadvantage of that. If you sit at a table, the waiter could bring menus of food, and you want to get rid of that as soon as possible, because you said you're going to meet here for a drink. But if you're with the wrong person, they might order an appetizer. And that is very bad, because you were only going to spend $11, and now you have to spend $16. And then she's going to look at you, tip the waitress.
Okay. I want to counter that with, if you are out with your bombshell or what have you, they're going to get hit on anyway. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I can't tell you how many times. It's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful, and it's so bold at the same time for, somebody to actually be on a date. It is obvious that these two people are on a date. And as soon as the guy leaves, or as soon as the girl leaves, here he comes, sliding the phone number to you, and, looking at you sideways while, the guy is there. So it doesn't matter. If you're at a restaurant, it does not matter. There are some bold people out here. So I don't think you have to be at the bar for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really just gross if a guy approaches you when you're on a date. Right, Olivia? Right?
That was absolutely disgusting all at the same time. It was disgusting.
See, it's good to have the collaboration of our young minds on the show, discussing relationships in a serious and effective manner. Oh, and we have a phone number. It's 470-251-4343. You can call in with questions and compliments as well for Judge Love or Miss Mika if you would like to really give. I mean, she doesn't need a compliment, but I think it would be.
But I would like
it. Right. So, I wanted to say.
Okay. All right. Guys, please.
Oh, that is so precious.
Oh, it's precious when you do it, Olivia, huh? But when Judge Love takes a big fought, it's a whole issue.
We've talked about this numerous times on this show. You haven't been watching. Take Beano before, there'll be no gas, Olivia.
Beano, if you would like to send your money, please send it to courtofloveshow@gmail.com.
Really? Come on, Beano. Take Beano before there'll be no gas. Olivia.
Are you telling Bino to take Bino? I think
I'm
they know.
taking Olivia. She's over here making.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Love. It's so great to be here.
Thank you for having us have you on the show, Miss Olivia.
Live and in person.
She's real.
Live and in person.
Give her a hug on the shoulder.
You know
Miss
what?
Mika.
I just want to touch her shoulder.
Okay.
You know, I just want to.
That's enough. Thank you. Could you not harass our guests? Don't put your arm down. Mika, put your arm down. No, Mika. Okay, moving on. What is the equivalent of curvy for men?
Oh my gosh.
I got you, society.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad you asked about this. So, I got jealous in the mall a couple weeks ago. Seriously. Dude had booty. Okay? It's rare.
I don't remember being in the mall. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
He is also sitting on his. Okay. No, but it is rare that you see a guy with a huge bottom. Not that I'm saying that it's attractive or not attractive. I haven't said that. I'm just saying it's rare that you see that. But no, dudes should not be curvy. They should not be curvy. Girl, I went out with this really curvy guy. This don't sound right.
Okay. So, did you have more to elaborate on that, or was that it?
Did you
Okay.
have something to say, Olivia?
What else would I say? This is absolutely fantastic.
Well, good. So here's what I would like to say about it. Since we don't have a word for curvy for men, I would like to, dictionary.com, please use this word. Posteriorly challenged. Oh, no. What's rump? Like posterior? No, what the posterior is something else.
Derriere.
Derrierely challenged. Or advantaged. Yes. Because it's you get curvy. We want something too.
Oh.
I think it's an advantage to be derrierely advantaged.
Derrierely.
Derrierely.
Derrierely. That's cute.
No, you know what's cute? My haircut. Thank you, Olivia.
This is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you for finally giving me the compliments I deserve and crave on the show. Unlike our permanent co-special guest, Miss Mika. But again, thank you for being on the show.
Funny.
Daily texting. That's all I'm gonna say. Daily texting. I want you to walk on it slowly
And on the sidewalk.
and on the sidewalk, please.
I like daily texting. I don't know. I like it sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Do not text me all day. But
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
it was meant not necessarily.
That's so funny.
I see your point, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. It depends on the vibe of the dating world, you know what I mean? On how we are dating. So maybe, I'll say after maybe like the 4th, 5th date, yeah, you can text me, maybe once or twice a day. I'd be okay with that.
Okay, so it's not something that you really want.
I mean, you can text me, but I mean,
But
I think that,
doesn't,
and I don't really want to use this word, but I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to use the word train, but I don't want to use that at all.
Use
because
the word
that's not
bus.
What I mean, but you do. If you have somebody, if you're not really a big texter, and you've got somebody texting you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 times a day, and you're not interested in that, you've got to just not answer.
yes.
That's just what you have to do. You just have to just not answer these text messages. If you now if they continue to text you after you don't text them back, Then you have what I call the stalker, the one who actually messages himself pretty much on your message feed. You know what I'm talking about? They text you at 9 o'clock in the morning. You don't say anything because you're busy. So now it's 1 o'clock and you go to text them again and you see 4 or 5 other texts from that same person. Give me time to answer you. You know what I mean?
What? I'm sorry? Were you speaking? You're going to give me that look for the whole show, aren't you?
I am.
I just think
Works.
that you're coming at it from an angle of, you know, it's okay. It's not going to completely turn you off.
Yeah.
Whereas I want to maximize my image in somebody else's eyes by not being available all the time. And I think, you know, on the surface, it sounds silly, but a lot of people do it. So why not Judge Love? Why does he have to give up the goods so easily? I'm derriérely advantaged. I have the advantage over you.
Oh my God. Okay. I get that. And you know, the reason why I said after date 4 or 5 is because in the beginning, dates 1, 2, 3, you know, possibly 4, I like that suspense. I like that that excitement of the next time you get to see him. I like that. I like to, you know, to have that wondering, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? You know, what has he been doing this week? I like that. And you can't have that if you talk to him every day.
So is Mika right on that?
I think I'm going to go with Mika on this one.
Okay. All right. Touche. Now.
See what I'm talking about? Girls got common sense.
Really?
7 out of 10 times. But yes.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying with statistics. 4 out of 10 fractions. So let's talk about Tic Tacs gum and what you think about them, Mika.
I think Tic Tacs gum. I think it's gum.
You know what? I don't believe you. I want you to
good,
put your
though.
heart into it.
I feel as if Tic Tacs, they love me. You know, it's like when you open it and you put a couple of them in your mouth. I like to mix the flavors.
Could we keep this
So you put a
appropriate,
couple
please?
of them in your mouth,
Could we keep it appropriate?
and you enjoy the orange and the original flavor and the yellow. Tastes good together. Then you can blow a bubble, a small one, because it's not actually big gum. I think it's good. Olivia.
That's so funny.
You signed the contract, Olivia.
That's hilarious.
Can you put no farting in the next contract, please?
That's hilarious.
It's not.
Oh, that is so precious.
Olivia, just 1 second. Listen.
Okay.
If you would like to fart on the show, you send me an email. It will be $2 per fart. And so I think she owes us, what, about $6?
No, she owes us a little bit more than that because I think inflation has taken place.
Inflation has taken place in her
Yes.
derriere.
Yes, and you're not sitting next to her.
I am sitting next to her. In spirit, because she's closer to me. In spirit, because I am higher up, and thus I have more power.
Power to break stuff.
Break hearts with Tic Tac gum because your breath will smell so damn good that people will have to fart in front of you, and you will now have power over them because they're embarrassed. Thank you, Tic Tacs. Did I mention Tic Tacs gum?
The gum.
How many flavors is it available in?
3.
Be honest with me.
3.
Okay, good. Thank you.
One of them is original. Set in stone. I mean.
Low mileage is attractive.
Yep.
And I think everybody has mileage except for Judge Love because, you know, I was just born this way with this haircut and just positive attitude. And I like to talk about myself because it's a good thing to do. And people like it when I talk about myself because it's important. It's important to always talk more than you listen. I think that's a point that needs to be made.
What?
What?
Who says that?
Judge Love. So what was I saying before you were bragging about me?
Okay. Yes. Low mileage
Oh, right.
is awesome. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes you let things out. You say
You
things.
let things out like that fart, Olivia. Wherever she's sitting. I can see her. Go ahead.
No, but you say things on dates that you necessarily doesn't seem damaging at the time, but it is. What do you think?
I think that it's better to be on a need-to-know basis with information. For example, let us say I am on a first date. And somebody's like, oh, what you got going on this weekend? Well, I have a date with another young lady. Hopefully it will work out. Need-to-know basis. Thank you. You see, my point is I think some people are ignorant to the fact of other people's comfort level.
People say that?
I've seen movies. I've seen movies. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Olivia? Am I wrong on this one?
That's a tough one. I'd have to say Judge Love.
See? You see the emphasis in Judge Love? She calls me by my correct name. You just say you, and it's rude. Thank you. So, oh, what do you think? I'll tell you what my favorite. What do you think a guy's favorite thing would be after a first date? It's a very general thing, so I'm going to let you walk slowly. Walk slowly with it. You're walking in the airport very slowly. Walk with it.
What are you talking about? Okay, the guy's first, their favorite
Great
thing.
question.
The guy's favorite thing after a date?
Isn't that a great question? That's like college level. I mean,
No, it's not. It's like,
advanced college for underaged judges.
oh, that's right.
Thank you.
1.5 GPA.
Again, I'm going to reiterate the question that I forgot.
The favorite thing after the
For a
date.
guy,
What's the favorite thing?
okay. You want me to just tell you the thank you text? The thank you text.
Okay, you know what? I agree. And you know what? I did not know I didn't know that people didn't do that. I truly did not know that people did not do that. You always say thank you. Always.
You'd be surprised. I mean, not to me, because come on.
I mean, I just thought that that's what you do. You always say please and thank you and stuff like that. You always want to send somebody a text message and, thank you for inviting me out and, all this type of stuff. Or, say something specific that you liked about the date or what have you. Don't just do a generalized thanks with an X.
Thanks with an X? Oh boy.
You know what I'm talking about?
The worst is if there's a period after the X, because it's done. It's
Okay.
done.
No, that's just reading too much into it.
No. Yeah, well, I gotta read a text message because you gotta look at it. So technically, you gotta look into it. Am I correct?
That's a tough one. I'd have to say Judge Love.
Here we go. What's the score? 5-2.
Okay, I don't even understand what you're. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna move.
So I really enjoy getting a thank you text because even let's say the situation was reversed and I'm the one that has to plan the date. Oh wait, no, hold on. That's not the reverse situation, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Let's say the situation was reversed between a man and a lady. I like the word lady. It's better. The lady would like to take the man out for a date. I would thank her on the date and on a afterwards too with a thank you text. But even if they thank you on the date, I think that's good enough too. It's just not all thank yous were created equally. And that is the quote of the day by Judge Love. Not all thank yous were created equally.
Well, I've got a question for you on that same thing. When you take out a woman, and we're talking about you like that text afterward, do you get that, so the thank you during the date Do you get the thank you during the date? Do girls do that?
Give a thank you on a date?
Yeah.
Best case scenario is, yeah, she'll thank you like after the date. I would say there's like a few different outcomes. Either you don't get anything, which is sad, or, you know, she gives you like some kind of like, okay, thank you kind of thing. Or she gives like a genuine look in your eyes, thank you. And then the best case scenario is you get the genuine look in your eyes, thank you, and then another thank you text with an emoji at the end. Oh my gosh. It's so easy to like to do that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I guess I'm just in shock. I did not know that women didn't do that. Y'all, that's like number one.
No, I'm number one.
No.
No. Okay, I'm number
60.
2. I am not 60.
You're number 60.
I am 75, but the
She
plastic
is-
surgery makes me look
She
28.
is like number 59. You can be 60.
Who's 59?
She is.
She does not look 59. Do not? I mean, that's rude.
How dare you?
That is very rude to talk about the guest's age. I think it's wrong.
Forgot we're not talking about age. But, okay.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah.
Actually, it has nothing to do with that. But I think that guys generally feel offended or uncomfortable when you ask, what do you do? I think it should be reworded or wait until the second date. Because it shouldn't matter what I do. I should, you know, hopefully she'll still like me if I'm unemployed and sweaty versus a multi-billionaire judge with a Quarter Love TV show. Agree? Do you think it's a bad question? What do you do on a first date?
I feel as if you're trying to get me to agree to part 2 of this. And I will not agree to part 2 of that statement.
For our new viewers that are just tuning in, I want you to know that I said something earlier. Not all thank yous were created equally. You quote me on that because I made it. And please cite your sources as the Judge Love Facebook page, which is facebook.com/quarterloveshow. And one more round of applause for our guest, Olivia Wilde. She is here in the studio practicing meditation, as you can see. But we would now like to ask her another question.
Serious meditation.
Do you have any mint or gum recommendations?
Well, definitely my number one recommendation would be to have some Tic Tacs gum beforehand because you don't want your breath to smell on the date, and it's just that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
definitely not pre-thought.
unreadable facial expressions create intrigue. I think that's a very powerful move to have on a first date. It's very easy to be warm and accepting. Like that after everything somebody says, But I think it's cooler when you're just like,
Okay.
impress me.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I can't help it. Y'all know that I can't help it. If I'm thinking something, it's gonna show. And I mean, that's just me. Y'all know me by now. So, but I think that you being Mr. Cool on the date is gonna get your ass not going to date too. Sit up here and look at me like this if you want to. The whole time, with no nodding and acceptance. With no body language that's intriguing and whatever else. The buck stops here, mister. No date 2 for you.
Ooh.
I'm serious. Don't just sit here
Well-
and stare at me like that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying as for one portion of the date. I'm not saying the entire
okay.
time. I mean, and plus, I think it's interesting to people if you have like charisma, you know, you have a funny sense of humor and you play off of what they say, but then sometimes you just kind of taking in the information. I think they want to get to the bottom of it and they're going to be interested. I think it's a psychological move and perhaps some people don't feel comfortable with it and that's okay. But it's wrong, but it's okay. We're not judging you, but we're judging you because I am a judge and I have a show and I have a GPA, which is more than 0.
This much more, guys. This much. I've seen the report card, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
You have not seen my report card.
It'll be posted on my Facebook page later on today, guys.
Speaking of posting on the Facebook page, please share the show right now so that people can watch the show. You know that person that needs this dating advice, and you're not sharing the show. You should share the show. I think it would be good. Do you think you think they should share the show?
I do.
I think they should share
would
the
you
show.
Share the show on your Facebook page.
That's so funny.
Of course she did.
Ugh.
That is laughable. She's our guest.
But it wasn't an answer.
She was paid $11 to be on the
She
show.
didn't answer the.
Now, if you are less important but would like to be a guest, you will be paid in buttermints. I have a lot of buttermints. So please feel free to give us an email at quarterloveshow@gmail.com. Thank you. So, we have a question. Ooh, we have a question here.
All right. What's that?
George says, what is the equivalent of curvy for men? Just kidding. We don't have a question. Did you have a question?
Would you say derrierely challenged?
Derrierely advantaged.
Advantaged. I just thought it was a challenge. Okay.
Well, it's a challenge for anybody who goes out with somebody derrierely advantaged because it's a challenge to keep their hands off the derriere.
Well, the dude?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? I don't think that you have what it takes to be a bad date. I think you would be very good because you look at it from both perspectives, and that's good. And I'm talking to Olivia, by the way.
See what I'm talking about?
Oh, wow.
Do you want to get treated the way that I get treated?
Then send us an email at quarterloveshow@gmail.com.
That's yes. Mm-hmm.
Have-
You do. You want to get treated like this.
What do you think about people that pose with alcohol in their profile pictures?
I don't know, but I've been posing all day with my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I tell you that.
Dunkin' Donuts,
Yes.
they are good, and they are a business that is very reputable because they are.
Because they are. And because it is National Coffee Day. Y'all, I love my Dunkin'. I'm telling you.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and just tell us another speech about Dunkin' Donuts again? So,
Dunkin'.
Here we go again. Mika's talking about something boring.
Fuzzy inside.
I wonder if anybody would notice if I left to go purchase some delicious Tic Tac gum, available in 3 different flavors.
I just love it.
what? Yes. Wow. I think that you just said things that are words. We know that so much. We know that there are words involved. Were there not words? Can you tell me there were not words involved in what Mika just said? No, you can't. You know why? Because you're over there and I'm over here. And if you want to be over here, you can come over here. We will give you 1 free bottle of water if you want to be a guest on the show.
That's a lie. We don't even have
Olivia
any water.
was actually paid in 2 free bottles of water because she has a lot of Instagram
We
followers.
have no water.
You will
My
be
throat is
paid.
Parched.
Well, the water is reserved for reversed for
It's reserved
the
for.
water is reversed for special guests.
All right.
And you are not a special guest. You are a special permanent co-guest host.
Oh, good. 2 weeks ago, I was a ghost.
And you're going to be another one if you keep making fun of what I'm saying.
All right. What other question we got today?
Our next question comes from James L. Squiggletooth of Minnesota. And he says, hey, Judge Love and Miss Mika and that person who is actually on the show who is a very big celebrity, how much should the first date be? Wow. Well, I think that's great. Would you like to take a stab at it?
I think that Squiggletooth should be spending at least, I'll say no more than $20. No more. No more than $20 on the first date.
Now that seems a little excessive.
Well, how is it excessive?
$20 is a lot of money. You know how much $20? About 18 items from Dollar Tree. Okay? Maybe about 15 chocolate milks in a cafeteria setting. Perhaps 4 books on Audible. I mean, summary books. I mean, but
Cliff Notes, maybe.
okay, so $20. That's on the higher end of things. I don't disagree completely with that. That's on the higher end. I would say $7 would be appropriate, perhaps.
Okay. We have visited this before. Let's revisit. I want to know what you're purchasing for 2 people for a total of $7, including the tip. That's what I want to know.
Well, it depends on where we're going.
Well, you weren't going to Cafe.
Intermezzo.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, see, Cafe Intermezzo is different because
Cafe.
the quality experience I get when I walk in to Cafe Intermezzo is nothing short but a wonderful fairy tale of coffee experiences. They have a hot chocolate that is absolutely deluxe. The chocolate chip, Mika, the chocolate chips they put inside melt and go right to the bottom. So when you drink a delicious beverage with the spoon, that is included for free. You get to dip the spoon into the chocolate that melts at the bottom. And that is now your dessert. So you thought you finished the best part when you drank the coffee or the chocolate, hot chocolate. But really, the best part was spooning all that little chocolate morsels. And the spoon is full and you're happy. And you put the happy spoon in your mouth and everybody looks at you and they're happy. And they're so friendly. A lady opened my door the other day there. Thank you, Cafe Intermezzo. So there I would see it very reasonable to spend $20 because you're not just getting coffee, you're getting the atmosphere. It has kind of like a French appeal, I think would be. And in the bathrooms, it's very interesting because they have a lot of language audio being played, like how to say things in different languages, like hom pom pron champu vram jush, which means the Court of Love show is on Saturdays at 4 p.m.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Very much so.
So we are about to wrap it up in just a couple minutes here.
Yeah. But yeah, Cafe Intermezzo.
You know what?
I love them. I really do. But let's talk about this $20. Seriously. If you, I mean, at the very most, it's $20.
I got 5 words for you. Status Network launch party! !
You got it. Yeah. When is that? That's tomorrow, right?
I was getting to the point. Olivia, would you like to tell us when it is?
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I thought you knew. Okay. Status Network launch party will be tomorrow, September 30th, Sunday, here at Status Network, 777 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia. The most important things are free entry, free food, and Judge Love and Miss Mika will be there, and autographs. We will sign autographs for $18 per letter. So do not forget to join us then. And thank you so much to our guests. Did you have a great time on the show today?
It was absolutely a pleasure to be on the show. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Olivia and Miss Mika. As always, you're very much appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.